welcome to your week 2 workout. I'm Drew DeVries. This is Deanne McDonald. And this workout is going to be a little bit more challenging than last week's workout. Not too intensely more challenging, so you'll be up for it. You already did that other workout last week, at least 3 times, I'm hoping. Okay, so last week we used a resistance band for your exercise tool in order to help give you a little bit more workout, and this week we're going to be using an exercise ball. So hopefully you've purchased your exercise ball and you have it inflated properly for this workout. Okay, so now we're going to start off today with crunches on the ground. This is our warm-up we're getting here. Remember, with your crunches, we're just coming up, getting your shoulder blades up off the ground. Feet stay flat on the floor. And if you hear my watch beep while we're going here, it's my timer. It's keeping us on the rotations. So we're going for 20 minutes. This is our first 60-second set. Make sure you exhale as you come up. Inhale on the way down. Crunches are all about quality. Doesn't matter how many you do. If you do bad crunches, you're not getting what you want out of it. If you have to take little breaks, do it. It's not a big deal. Almost there. Okay, let's stretch the abs out. This is that Cobra Stretch, so you can start off on your elbows if you want. Remember, you're pushing your belly button down into the ground. If you want to get a little bit more, you can push back on your palms, get your arms straightened out. If you feel it's hurting your back, just stay on your elbows, it's okay. Remember, the point of a stretch is to try and relax, so don't tense up. Just let your body relax down into it. Okay. Now, removing the mats. We're doing little split jumps, okay? So this is kind of the cousin of the jumping jack. Just going forward and back with the feet here. Trying to stay on the balls of the feet. First cardio exercise of the workout. If you want to get your arms into it, a little arm movement. Arms should be moving opposite the legs. The right arm's forward, right foot is forward, the left arm is forward. This is one of those exercises that you're glad you're in your living room doing this one, because if you're in the gym doing it, people watching, you're not going to do this. You wouldn't do this on your own in the gym. But it's a good exercise. Okay, sumo squat jacks. Sumo squat. Wide stance, toes point out, knees bend out, bring them together, back out. So just jump your feet together, and then back out into the sumo squat. Knees bend out, toes point out. You want your knees to bend the same direction that your toes are pointing. So if you're pointing your toes way out, bend your knees that exact same direction. Oh yeah. You should be feeling your quads burning. I am. Try and make sure that your feet are wider than shoulder width. Just a hair wider than shoulder width. On the outside edge. Okay, good. Now we're going to stretch out the quads. So for this, you're kneeling on your mat. Okay, sitting back on your heels, hands on the floor behind you, pointing your fingers back. Push your hips up into the air. Trying to get your butt up off your heels. If you're having a really hard time with this, Don't put your hands all the way down. You can just put your hands at your sides, right here on the ground, and then push your hips up. You're on your fingertips. You can go on your knuckles, pushing your hips up. But if possible, we want the fingers pointed straight back on the ground. That way you get a nice little bicep and shoulder stretch out of it at the same time. Okay? All right. Now we're going to windmill push-ups. These are tough, but you can do them. Okay, so push-up position. Hit it. As you come up, open up your hand to the ceiling and give it a pause like a 1001 count. Okay, up, 1001, back down. These don't have to happen fast. If you want to do them fast and challenge yourself, go ahead. If you want to just do them and stay in control, do that. If you're having a hard time, put your knees down. Grab your mat, put your knees down. You can still open up. You might not be able to open up all the way. You still point your hand up as far to the ceiling as you can, even if you're on your knees. Only a couple more.
Like a girl.
Okay. Now we're going to crunches on the ball. Your ball, milady. Okay. So balls in the lower back, hands touching the head. If you're feeling like you're having a hard time with them, you can go hands across the chest. Okay. If you have a bad back, make sure you're not leaning back too far over the ball. You can also roll down the ball a little bit to take some of the intensity away. The higher up you are, the less upper back support on the ball makes it harder. So right now we're in our first circuit. Circuit's doing the same exercises more than once, okay? So the push-ups, these crunches. Now we're going ball leg curls. We'll just leave the mats out of this one. We're pretty tough. Okay, ball leg curls is for the hamstrings. Hips in the air, hands on the ground, roll in and back out. Okay, so butt goes up, ball goes in. If your hamstrings aren't strong right now, your butt might not be able to go up quite as much. That's okay. As you fatigue, you might also have to leave your butt down a little bit more, but try to push it up as high as you can for as many of the reps as possible. You can leave your head back on the ground or pick it up off the ground. It's not really going to affect your effectiveness during this exercise either way. A couple more reps. Okay. All right. Put the balls back over here for a moment while we do our push-ups. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick workout for you right now.
Take breaks if you need it. Back to our windmill push-ups.
These
We're
are
almost to our first break here, okay?
I
We'll take a 60-second break.
on the wall here.
Water.
These you can also get these with
After
a door attachment.
next time
so you can
around.
just close it in the top of your door to do this workout. Do a full
Now,
body
push-ups,
workout.
maybe
This
you
is
can
how
go
we're
to
going to
your
do
knees
our
if
upper
you
body
want.
exercises with this strap.
If you saw at the end
Do
doing the
lower body
last set,
ab exercises as
she
well.
started off on her toes.
This is going to be about a 15-minute workout.
Failure.
We got some stretches
With
in there
down
as
her
well.
knees.
So
Make sure
if
that
you want a
she's
quicker
still
workout time,
we do them.
do it again.
Good form.
Okay, you should probably do it twice. That's a good length for this workout. All right, so we're going to start off with jumping jacks.
Last 10 seconds.
And I'm just kind of counting in my head, keeping track. You can do these at your own pace. You don't have to do them at any specific pace.
Good.
All right, crunches on the ball. I'm going to go to about maybe 50 jumping jacks. You can do 50 or 60 if you want to go for time. That works too.
Keep rolling. We're almost to that break. If you don't have to rest, don't do
Okay,
it.
so the first
Push
upper
as
body
hard as you
exercise
can,
we're doing with this is the row. So just leaning back, pull yourself up.
Remember your breathing. Breathe out.
Move your feet closer to the
As you
wall
come
at the
up.
beginning of the set to make it
Inhale all the
hard.
way back. Exhale the way up.
Whether you want your elbows up
Ooh,
or touch
doggy.
down doesn't necessarily
They're
matter.
burning.
We're just going to attack the back muscles and get them to work. As you begin to
Almost
fatigue,
there.
walk your feet backwards.
Quality, give them quality. Woo. That's good. Okay, ball leg curls.
Okay, so we got
Here
our
we go.
rows. Now
That's
we're
right
going
before the
into
break.
what's called a prisoner squat. So hands behind the head, hitting
Now,
squats.
further out the
Okay.
ball
Want to
starts
keep a
on
nice,
this
good
one too,
upper
the
body
harder it is.
posture.
So if you're having a hard time,
Sit back into it.
start with the
butt
ball
down.
under your calves.
Keep your head up the
Make it a
whole
little
time.
easier. If you want to challenge
Even though
yourself,
your hands are behind the
start
head,
the ball out a
you
little
don't want
further.
them to pull your head down towards the ground. Keep it up. I'm not really counting my full reps on these because I'm talking. So keep track of your reps.
Also, if you want to work
Probably
your
try and do
hamstring
like
just a
15
little
to
bit
20
more,
reps.
point your
Doing this
toes
at the
away
same time
from
as
you.
me.
If you want to
Just
make it a
pause
little
the
bit
video
easier
if
on
you're
your
doing more
hamstrings,
reps.
curl your toes towards
Or
you.
write down the exercises and then do them on your own after you've watched the video to make sure you know what you're doing. As far as how low you're going,
There's your first
you
break.
can go down with your butt below your knees.
You earned it.
If it feels comfortable.
1 minute.
I like to open up my hips a little bit more.
Start
and
on the
turn
next
my
half
toes
of the
outward.
workout. Grab some water.
Okay, now we're going for some abs. We're hitting crunches. So for your
Feeling
crunches
good?
then, feet flat on the floor, knees bent, hands touching the head. Just lifting the shoulder blades up off the ground.
Do your beverage.
Exhale as you crunch up. I'm sweating, man. That sweat coming down. See that sweat coming down? Sweating, I'm sweating. Okay. Here we go.
Torso twists on ball.
Now we're going into our chest exercise with the straps.
So,
Feet all the way back.
now you can start off
Going like
sitting
a
on
push-up.
top of the ball. Clasp your fingers together, rotating side to
Okay, you want
side.
the straps to kind of skim along
Start
the top of
have
your
feet
arms.
together.
Don't pull them down into your arms
Okay.
like this, and don't leave
Sit
them up
straight and
away
tall.
from your arms like that.
If you have a medicine
Skim
ball
along the arms
arm,
as you go down.
if you have a light dumbbell, use it in your hands, helps on this one. And then start to roll yourself downward. Keep doing them. Now the ball is rolling on the ground underneath you as you do these. You can get further and further out away from the ball.
Okay,
with
after you
your
fully
feet
pump the
and your
chest
butt.
up,
So the ball
you're
ends
going to
up
do the
on your shoulder blades. So you're gonna do the
bicep
hardest
chest
position to
stretch.
do it
Get
in.
your shoulders,
Make sure you're
biceps
keeping your
and
hips
chest.
up.
Just let the arms
Your knees
pull
bent
behind you and kind of
90
lean into it
degrees.
here.
Don't straighten out your
Relax
legs
in
while
that
you do
stretch.
these. Roll. Roll that ball underneath you. Okay? Now we're going to go right into a
Good
back
stretches help for at
extension.
least 20 seconds, but 30 seconds is more of a good recommendation
Right
on
here.
that.
So if you feel like
You want
you're
to hold it longer?
falling while doing
Hold
this
it
one,
longer.
you're too far
Right, it's a
forward.
stretch,
Okay?
right?
Move back. As long as your arms can fit
Okay,
on the front edge of the ball,
now we're doing mountain climbers.
you're not too far back.
Hands on the floor in the push-up position, 1 foot in, 1 foot
Now
back.
that last exercise
Switch.
we did,
You can put the front foot down on the
you
ground
can
if
start
you want when
in
you
a
come
low
in.
position.
I prefer to keep it off
If
the
you find
ground.
that it's too easy to be on top, sitting upright, just start all the way down.
In terms of which is harder, it might be harder to keep your feet off the ground
10 more seconds here on
with
these
the
lower
legs
backs.
versus the touch in front, touch behind. But it feels a lot more smooth to do it this way. Okay, so you're going to want about 50 to 60 of those.
Back
Or
to legs,
a
we're
minute
going
long.
wall ball squats.
Then we're going into arm curls
So
with the
ball
strap now.
goes on the wall.
So
right
leaning
behind
back just
you,
like you
right
were
in the
when you
lower
were
back,
doing
right above your
the
butt.
row.
Feet are out in front of you a
Now
little
we're
bit, so
going
you're kind
to
of
do
leaning back
arm
against the
curls. So
ball.
leave your elbows out in front of you.
Going down to the
I'm
chair
gonna turn a bit
position.
here, back up. So you can kind of see my side profile. You have the elbows out in front.
The ball's
You
just
bicep
rolling
curl.
on the wall behind you. If you don't Have a wall you can use.
As you start to fatigue,
Just do them
walk
standing
your feet
up
back
straight.
a little bit. So you're
Holding
standing
the ball
more
out in
erect.
front of you. Maybe you should be able to find a wall somewhere. You can even do these on the front of the fridge. If you want to get a little more out of these, you're going to pull your toes up at the top. So reverse calf
then
raise.
hits the
So you're just gonna
biceps.
rock back on your heels.
Now we're going into lunges.
Pull the
Just going to
toes
do a
up.
forward lunge,
That should really squeeze the quads at the
alternating
top.
which leg you step in with.
Up.
As you do your lunge,
Use the quads,
it's
pull the
important
toes back.
that the back
Good.
knee
Okay.
goes down towards the ground. If
This
you want
next
to barely
one-
touch the ground, that's okay.
It's really
But it's
beneficial
probably best to stay clear.
for posture.
You don't want to hit your knee on
Okay,
the
so
ground.
arms out.
This is nice soft turf, so it won't really matter too much if I do it. If you're doing this on a harder floor though, you don't want to hit your knee on the ground. Stay 1 inch to 2 inches off the ground with your knee.
Well, if it's got long arms, it makes for a
Trying
tough,
to create two
tough workspace.
90-degree angles in your knees.
So all we're
and your
doing-
knees.
Arms are straight
90
out.
degrees here,
Just
90
pulling
degrees
them
there.
up. Little pulses. I call these hyperflex. Hyperflex.
Okay, so a
Again, we're
longer
coming
stride
front,
is
wide
better when
position.
doing a lunge. You don't want to do a
Same
short
thing.
lunge. You get
Far up
compact
as
in
you
there.
can get 'em.
It reduces the angles behind the knees. It makes it harder on the knee joint to do a lunge.
Back out to the sides.
Okay. Now after those, we're going to a quick
back.
hamstring stretch. This is a traditional one, just sitting on the ground,
Okay,
reaching
next
for the toes.
One more.
Stretch out the back of the legs. Once again, hold this for 20, 30, maybe even 40
Now.
seconds.
Reverse crunches.
You want to be able to relax into
For a
your
reverse
stretch.
crunch, if you want to get your mat, you can.
Okay.
We're just going to go carpet right now.
After that,
Okay, so legs
go
over
right
the
back
ball.
into
Hug it
the
in as
ground
tight as you can.
exercise.
Pick it up
we're
off
doing
the
plank.
ground.
Okay, so a plank,
Okay. Helps.
also known as a bridge.
Point your toes and
Hold your
dig your
body off the
heels.
ground nice and level.
into the
Elbows
ball.
directly below the shoulders.
Okay.
Nice tight
Sometimes
core.
it
Put
helps to
your belly
go
button
out
in
wide
tight.
like this. It'll be easier for you to pick it up.
And you should work
Okay.
on holding this one for at least a minute. Every time you do this workout, push it for a little longer. If you do it for 40 seconds the first time,
You can
go
have
for
your
50
head
the
up.
next,
or
60
head
the
down.
next.
It
You'll
won't
be able to
really
keep
matter
pushing it
too
up every
much.
time.
We're trying to activate the
If you need
lower
the
abs.
modified version, put your knees down. That's okay. You can have your knees on the ground. That's not a bad thing to do. Knees on the ground is better than butts in the air. Okay? No butts in the
As
air.
long as you're getting the
Keep
ball
your butt
off
low.
the ground, you're doing a
Don't
good
let your
job.
back
okay?
arch down towards the
You don't
ground.
have to try and
of course.
roll up too much. You're
But-
gonna roll up as much as you
No
can.
butts in the air.
But as long as it's coming
Okay,
off the ground,
so
we're
about
good.
a minute of that.
Okay. Back to wall ball
Now we're
squats.
going back to the strap for
Keeping it rolling
Tricep
here. We're keeping it
extensions.
rolling.
let the hands pull back
All right,
behind
here we
the
go.
head. And then extend
Up,
out to straight
up
arms.
the heels.
You don't want your hands any lower than shoulder level. Right now my hands are lower than shoulder level. This is at shoulder
Knees
level.
feel healthy
Better
and
to be
strong
at
in
or
this
slightly
one.
above
You can go
shoulder
down
level with your hands.
below a 90-degree
Your
bend
arms
in the
come
knee below
straight
the chair
at the end of the
position.
rep.
Call that into the bucket.
So I'll turn to the side
Nice
so you
deep
can see a little
squats.
bit better on a side
As long
profile.
as you have nice, healthy knees. If you have knee problems,
Okay,
don't go
put
down
your
too
hands
low.
pull back and then
better
extend
be a
out
little
to
bit
straight.
conservative.
Keep a nice straight body. Don't stick your butt out. Nice straight body.
10 more seconds on this one.
Okay, we've got 3 more exercises to do. Next one's a squat thrust.
Good stuff.
Just going down into
Okay.
a push-up position.
Our postural exercise again.
Pull the knees back in,
The
and
back
stand
of the
back up.
shoulders. Working the traps. You don't have to be too far forward on the ball with this one. If you want
This
to
is
move
what's
back a
best
little
to do
bit,
for
it's okay.
time. I think you can set a goal
As long
on
as you're
20.
balanced.
But what I find is you
That's
end up
good.
wasting time taking an
Should
extra
feel this
breath
one
at the top.
middle of
Instead
the
of just
back,
getting
like
after
almost
it.
on your spine.
Don't go for
very center.
reps, go for time.
Throughout
Set
the
a
whole
time
shoulder
limit.
blade, though, you're getting
See
activation.
how many you can do in that time limit
And
so
then
you
up
can
in
boost
front
it up every time. Okay? All right, then 2 more to do. We're going bicycle abs. Hands touching the head. Opposite elbow and knee.
Back out to the sides.
Opposites and opposites. Okay, it's bicycle, but you're not riding your legs like a bicycle. They're going just straight in and out.
Whew. Okay, reverse crunches. We're almost at the finish. Keep going. Almost at the finish.
And those, I think you should either
Go for reps on those.
Those lower abs.
Try and see how many you can do, and have good form. You know, making good range of motion on those.
Get your
Boost it up every time. Okay, the last one we're doing is the ab stretch. So
every time
you're
you're doing
lying on
an
the
exercise.
ground, push back on your elbows, pushing your belly button down into the ground.
Exertion. So whenever you exert force,
If that feels
whenever
okay,
your muscles are
come up on
contracting,
the palms of your hands.
you're exhaling.
Push back a
Exertion
little further.
equals exhalation.
And just try to relax into this one. Leave your hips down and let the belly button go down towards the ground as you stretch.
10 seconds.
And then I like to go back into this relaxed position after I do that stretch. I believe they call that child's pose in yoga. Okay. All right, so there's your last quickie workout exercise coming up. I've got a few drops of sweat coming off me right now.
And of course,
And I didn't even do the full amount on all of them, so you should be able to get a good workout out of that.
So we'll start off.
Freedomfitness.tv has more at-home workouts, so go check some of those out.
3 exercises.
And then
within 2 minutes.
also, you can pick up
First
one of
one.
these straps.
It's high knees. Stand the balls of your
GetGuns.com.
feet.
GetGuns is spelled
Pop
with
those
a
knees
Z
up.
on the end. Of course it is. So
Then we go down to
GetGuns.com,
an
pick up
iso
one
squat.
of these for a nice
Nice
price.
squat.
And yeah, keep watching
So
more
isos.
videos. Drew DeVry,
Isometrics.
Freedom Fitness.
Isometrics
keep
means
working out.
that you're contracting, holding, flexing, but you're not moving. There's no contracting and relaxing of the muscles. They're just steady state. Okay? And then hit a burpee, hands on the floor, kick your legs out, back in, stand up, high knees. So that's our rotation. Iso squat. Couple of breaths. You want to be nice and low, butt down, knees are over the feet. Burpee, back up to high knees. Iso squat. Oh, we're almost there.
How many seconds should we
We're almost. Iso squat, you know, I mean, we're going for like 10, maybe 15 seconds at the most on this. Burpee. These high knees are about the same. We're looking for about 10 seconds, 15 seconds at the max. Iso squat. And there's time. Let's do a burpee. Let's throw an extra one in because it's fun. Hell, let's just make it 3. Nice round number. Lucky 3. 3 is a good number.
Mine's 2.
Okay, she's 2. I'm 3. You're done. We're done. That's the workout. You did it. Bingo. Okay? So stick with your workouts. Stick with your nutrition guides. Do everything right as much as you can. If you mess up, if you miss a workout, if you eat bad, don't worry about it. Get right back on the wagon and keep rolling because we got 60 days to do this and we're going to get her done. Good workout.
Yes.
All right, there you go. See you next week.